So here we are, Aries season, it's upon us, and we're right here at the equinox. So whether you're on the northern hemisphere, we're going into spring, southern hemisphere, going into autumn, either way, the equinox, it's equal measure of day and night, right? And so there is a balancing opportunity here, balancing your internal world with your external world. And when it lines up here at the beginning of the zodiacal wheel, which Aries is the first sign, it's about the self. So how are you bringing balance to your life right now? This is a message that's coming through really strong about really taking care of yourself, balancing the mind with the heart. So you're watching the Astrology of Now. My name is Jeff Henshaw. I'm a soul-centered astrologer, a teacher, a healer, a poet, and I offer spiritual insight and support in times of need. And so this is new. I've been doing these videos now for about a week, and I'm excited to be here. I've got some notes here. What we're going to try this time is we're going to be doing an energy forecast. So I'm going to be telling you the energy of today, which is Friday, and this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, March 20th through the 22nd. But I think what we can do is first start with the energy of right now, which is it's Aries sun. This is our conscious reality as the sun sign, what we're aware of. So we're very aware of new life. It's like all around us, new beginnings. The individual pursuit here is Aries. But Aries energy often it gets misrepresented as this energy of action, ambition, going forward. Although it does have this energy, it is also more, we can see this in the tarot. So we've got the Emperor, which is a soul growth card for Aries. This is the embodiment of one's truth. This is the embodiment of one's birthright, tuning into the ancient wisdom of the land. This is our card for the year 2020 as well. 2020, you add up the digits, you get number 4, which is the Emperor's card, or the Emperor's number. So we're embodying this all year. And so you can see there's, the craggy mountains in the background. There's the river that's streaming here. And so Aries, the beginning of time, is connecting us to this deeper ancient wisdom. It is the wisdom that we find in nature, which nature is communicating really strongly to us. And she always is, but we have the opportunity to tune into her a little bit more strongly this time of year. So the energy of Aries, right, it is where we came from, right? And so we can feel this in the wisdom of a tree or in the wisdom of a rock. We can also feel this energy of Aries in earth-based religions like paganism or from the wisdom of indigenous cultures. And what we know about these groups of people is that a lot of them have been treated unjustly and in a violent manner and stripped of their rights as individuals. So really, this is a time of year for us to honor and acknowledge our brutal past as humans so that we can never really truly move forward, Aries, right? Moving forward until we acknowledge our brutal past. So this is the soul-centered invitation for Aries is to come into our birthrights, our embodiments as individuals, but also evolving through Libra, the polar sign. All signs evolve through their polar sign, acknowledging that there are other people out there that also have birthrights as well, that it's not just about me, the individual, it's about me taking care of myself and then making sure that everyone else has that same right. So each astrological season, when it starts, we can look to the moon sign to have a deeper invitation into the subconscious invitation for us for that 30-day cycle. So whatever the moon is when a season starts is the seed of the subconscious, what is going on deeper. And of course, astrology is always lining up so acutely for us. We have the moon in Aquarius, so it's Aries sun, conscious awareness of new life. This is the head. You can breathe into the head to feel into this Aries energy. The esoteric phrase for Aries is, I come forth, and from the plane of mind I rule. So you can even think of the Emperor and this crown that the Emperor is wearing. But then Aquarius moon is starting us off. So this is a deeper, more intuitive understanding of humanity at large. Aquarius is the nervous system. This is the initial spark of our Aries season, this Aquarian moon. So breathing into the nervous system, treating the nervous system with reverence, making sure that you are taking baths if you're able to, acknowledging your power that you hold as an individual to breathe, really working on the lungs right now, as there is a lot of invitation from the coronavirus to bring our awareness here to strengthen the lungs. And so breathing in, holding the breath, and then exhaling, right? Working this muscle of the lungs so that it's strong for us at this time will be really empowering this Aries season. Aquarian energy is also connected to the internet. So we have this deeper subconscious desire to stay in touch. But Aries, again, is about individuality. So it's making sure that you are engaging in that way when it is aligning you with your birthrights. And so as Saturn enters Aquarius on Saturday, March 21st in the evening, late at night. This is something that we've all been preparing ourselves for in the astrology world. Many of you listening might have Saturn in Aquarius. I've had a lot of people reach out asking me what that's all about. And so as we shift, Saturn is the planet of adulting and responsibility. Saturn rules over the body and time. So Saturn entering this collective air sign is asking us to take responsibility for humanity. This is going to be a theme for us for the next 3 years as Saturn is in Aquarius. And so all Aquarian things, like the internet, it's asking us to use the internet as adults, Saturn. Obstacles is Saturn too, so we might have obstacles with the internet, particularly if you're not using it as a responsible adult. And I have noticed for me in my own life, the internet has been moving a lot slower. More people are on the internet. My Google Mail wasn't working today. Zoom chat hasn't been working for me. When I upload this video, I have to leave the apartment and go to the park where I have a little bit better reception in order to do that. So really stepping up to the plate as your most responsible self in the way that you are engaging with information and making information available to a wide cross-section of people. This is Aquarian energy. So I've already started to unfollow people that aren't in alignment with this higher vibration. So really, as you're using social media, asking yourself, is this serving me? If it doesn't make you feel good when you watch it, then it's not serving you, so you can let that go. This is an invitation for us on a deeper level, particularly with this Aquarius moon on Friday. And then Saturday, as Saturn goes into Aquarius, the next 3 years we have that invitation. Being an authority with your words and for community. So also, the moon will shift into Pisces on Saturday morning. And Pisces moon we're coming closer to the new moon, because when the moon gets in Aries, sun and moon line up and we have the new moon. So this is the last waning crescent phase when the moon is in Pisces. The moon is the water in the body. And so Aries sun, I'm conscious of myself, my birthrights, my individuality at this time. But on a deeper level, I'm feeling the collective's emotions, Pisces. So things might come up from the surface, moon in Pisces on Saturday and Sunday, and particularly some like deeper collective fears. It could also be connected to feeling lost or confused. And all of this is an opportunity for you to reconnect with your spirituality. And I got this light shining right here on the third eye. To reconnect with universal compassion is a higher octave of Pisces. And it's interesting because then moon conjuncts Mercury on Sunday at 10:40 a.m. Eastern Time, 7:40 a.m. Pacific Time. So moon lining up with Mercury at the 13th degree of Pisces is then communicating something that's deeper, reaching out to those that you love, talking about your dreams, sharing whatever your fears are. You know, Pisces in a lower form is paranoia and confusion. And so when we look at later in that day, the moon and Neptune join at 18th degree. And the moon and Neptune lining up is like the deep subconscious realms of the things that you are most afraid of surface. So there's opportunity there if you're feeling foggy on that day to really go within. And Aries sun for yourself, to realign yourself. So that conjunction of moon and Neptune at the 18th degree will also be sextile Venus and Taurus. Sextile are when planets are at the same degree and in complementary elements. Taurus is earth, Pisces is water. So Moon and Neptune in water, this deeply spiritual energy, is sextiling Venus and Taurus. This is about money and values, self-worth. So things come up, fears could come up around money. This is something that a lot of people are experiencing as they're losing jobs and just trying to figure everything out. So no, emotions might come up around money on Sunday or around values. And the higher octave of this would be to take care of the body, Taurus, to spend time in nature, particularly if you're feeling lost and confused. And so that takes us through the weekend. So that's our energy update for now. I think I'm going to keep doing these energy updates every 3 days or so, at least as we're riding this collective wave together. So let me know if this is helpful for you. And I'm going to close our time out with a little poem from our Queen of Aries. So if you're new here, we've been working on a project called the Zodiac Queens, where we've been crowning a queen for each astrological sign. And Maya Angelou is our Queen of Aries. So Maya Angelou was the first Black woman to inaugurate a president and did it with a poem. The second person to ever inaugurate someone with a poem. And this is from On the Pulse of Morning. And Aries is the sunrise, and she's talking about the morning time. Of course, Aries is shining conscious light to the energy of a new day, of a new dawn. But she really connects us in this poem to the energy of the emperor, because it is about the embodiment of nature and the beginning of time. So I'll just do the first 3 stanzas, but I encourage you to listen to the whole thing. You can find it on YouTube. A rock, a river, a tree, host to species long since departed, mark the mastodon, the dinosaurs, who left dry tokens of their sojourn here on our planet floor. Any broad alarm of their hastening doom is lost in the gloom of dust and ages. But today, the rock cries out to us, clearly, forcefully, come. You may stand upon my back and face your distant destiny, but seek no haven in my shadow. I will give you no hiding place down here. You, created only a little lower than the angels, have crouched too long in the bruising darkness, have lain too long face down in ignorance, your mouth spilling words, armed for slaughter. Again, soul-centered invitation for Aries is to acknowledge the brutal past of humanity. Aries is connected to war and survival. And by acknowledging that past, that is the only thing that allows us to step forward and to take responsibility for our birthrights and for the birthrights of all. It's something to tune into and think about at this time as we're coming into these waning phases of the moon. If you're interested in learning more, I have a workshop coming out on Black Moon Lilith on the Aries new moon. You can find out that information at astrologycousins.com. There's also links in my bio. Also, I've been saying that I'm going to be sending out a newsletter, but I've been catching up with emails and things, and I haven't gotten around to it. But I will be sending out a newsletter this weekend, and there will be a new podcast episode as well. So that is all going to be there. I'm going to be working hard for you over the next few days. I had to take off the last day and a half to really just align myself, which we're all being asked to do here at this equinox. So again, thanks as always for tuning in. Take sweet care, and remember, deep breaths.